Hey guys, what's going on? I'm trying to adjust this camera just a little bit. Well, phone, I guess. Okay. Okay. So, got you pointing at my desk here. Can you guys hear me all right? Yo, yo, what's up, ape? So, as I'm talking, I probably won't be able to easily um, watch the screen because I'm kind of beside my phone while it's doing its thing here. But give me a couple of minutes here. And thanks, thanks, Clever. I might adjust the camera a little bit too. So yow. What's up, Raleigh? How you doing? Good to see you. We can do a food chat then, but we're gonna start out with some gun chat here. Um, I don't know why my phone just went dark. Okay, so give me 1 or 2 minutes, and then a typical Jake. What's going on, buddy? Food chat? Yeah, we'll do a food chat then, but we're gonna start out with a reloading chat. We've done a couple of reloading chats on uh, Caliber Corner. Okay, so and I've had a couple of people that were really interested in some of the tools, some of the little gadgets and gizmos. And that's not really something that we went into as far as visuals. So I decided I'd throw a little segment together today. And we will, I'll kind of show you the process real quick. And then we'll spin the camera around and we'll just do the old normal old question and answer, free for all, food chat, gun chat, whatever you guys want to do. So, uh, yeah, I do have a Mogwai. He's actually the one that reloads for me. I don't really reload. His little fingers are good. You can get inside the shells and everything. It's really nice. So, we'll give it 2 or 3 minutes here and then start talking. And in those 2 or 3 minutes, I might actually, I might be able to, I'm going to mess around here with this and see if I can get it so that I can see you guys while I'm talking. That would be nice, huh? A little bit of dead air here. I apologize. I apologize. Earthquake. Okay, you're leaving. Okay, now I think I might be able to sort of see while I'm talking here. All right. So my phone is like going to sleep on me. I'm not really sure, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so Norm was actually one of the ones that wanted to. I wonder if it's because I don't have it pointed at me. Keeps wanting to go to sleep here. It's super weird. You're boring going, yeah, for sure. Okay, so Norm was really interested in some of the tools. So I sort of decided to, make this kind of a segment. I really like to talk about reloading. I'm pretty new to it. I've only been doing it about 2 years or so. But I've really, really liked it straight from the get-go. If you're not sure if you're going to like it or not, I recommend finding finding somebody that does it and maybe having a little sit down with them and playing around, because some people love it, some people hate it for sure. But I my father-in-law is big into it, so yes, I do reload 7.62 by 39. Yep. I decided to load 7.62 by 39 just because, and I've said this in the past, once you start reloading, you kind of get the itch, and it bugs you a little bit, and you just want to reload everything you can. And I actually haven't shot these yet. These are just test loads, opposed to a Tesla. And I'll show you how I do it too. And this is, like I was saying the other day on the show, you start and you work your way up. So, I'll load three rounds of each at each grains. This is the amount of grains that I use. That's the powder. You know, it's an H335. And I started reloading 7.62 because I wanted to be able to reload a nice round. So that's a Hornady SST, but it's brass cased, which is nice. Usually when you buy SST, it's a steel case. So I'm hoping to be able to reload 223 Remington soon. Yeah. So that's a pretty little round. I think that's a really sexy little reload there with the red tip. It's nice. So like I said, I haven't shot them yet, so I don't know which load. But what I do is I actually number the outside of the box. Oh, that's on the inside, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1 through whatever. And that way I know, you know, what load is what. So as I shoot, I know which one shot the best. So I also have, these are my 9mm. I do the same thing. Number the box, and that way, as I shoot a row, I know exactly how many grains it is, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to be meticulous a little bit. So, no, I can't count that high. That's why I have them numbered. I had my wife do that for me. So, do I put sealer around and prime it? No, I have not. I have some. I bought a bottle of the sealer, and if I would ever decide to hunt, I would seal them. But for just range trips, no, I haven't done that. I think it's, I forget what it's called. I have some here. Mark It or Mark All. I forget what it's called. Yeah, if I would, I'd really like to take my 8mm hog hunting. And if I would do that, I would reload for sure. I reload a 180 grain Nosler ballistic tip that shoots great in that. And I would definitely make a batch of those and seal them and get them nice. So, you know, so you weatherproof them kind of. No, well, these are not, I'm not reloading for target. Jumpy. I wanted to be able to reload a premium round if I ever took it hunting or, you know, when the zombies show up. So I got 100 of them. I got some test loads done. I want to just get a box of 50 or something, just to be able to do it, just to know. So, how fine are the measurements with grains of powder? Super fine. Are you talking about the size wise? How fine are the measurements? Oh boy, Clover, you could probably answer this. I can't remember how many grains are in a pound. Like 6,000 grains in a pound? Something like that. I don't remember. And I did have my Lyman book here, but I'll be damned if I know what I did with it. Here it is. So, if you have I ever messed around with 7,000? Thank you. Have you ever messed around with the 110 grain open tip hollow point? No. I shoot steel case at the range. The only reason I ever bought brass case was so that I could reload it afterwards. So, Lyman book, super important. There's other ones. There's Lee. There's Hornady. There's There's lots of them. One of the cool things, and this is something I've said in Travis's chat, is the beginning of the book is all information about reloading, about the tools you'll need, terms, definitions, how to set up stuff, you know, everything. Things to look out for. That was like problems to look out for. Where was it now? There you go. That's the terms. Here's bulging, you know, things like that. Things to look out for when you're reloading issues. And then you get into the actual reloading part. So there's 45 Colt, there's 500 Smith & Wesson, there's a big boy. So each page will give you a little bit of description on, excuse me, on the round, a little bit of history, which is really cool. I really like that. And then tells you everything you need to know. I really like the history of it too. It's a good kind of fun flip through reading book, which is really cool. Here's that sealer that Jumpy's talking about. Markron. Custom bullet and primer sealer. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. The other day they were talking about dippers. Here's the dippers. Each one is marked. and they're not precise, but they're great for target shooting if you want to go that way. Sorry, I'm just getting over a really nasty cold, guys. Sorry. So, basically, what happens is you shoot around, okay? Pick up your brass, bring it home, throw it in your tumbler, okay? This is a Frankfurt Arsenal, inexpensive. I think I paid like $30 for it. And then I picked some media up. Media is this stuff, okay? I'm trying to do close-ups, and some of this stuff is probably, you know, going over stuff that's already been going over, but, you know. So it's corn cob. This is corn cob. A little softer. You can also get walnut. You can get lots of stuff. Is it good idea to Lubalox your hollow point bullets if you're reloading? I've never done any coatings at all. Lubalox is what was on the Black Talons. That's what they used, I think. And that's kind of, this guy just vibrates around and cleans up your brass. But I mean, you could, I suppose. I've never done it. That's a good one for Clover. I think they were using these. I think they used the powdered coated bullets. I've never done that. So clean. Now here's where my baller on one of my baller on a budget things comes in. Okay. Now instead of buying one of the media tumblers and doing all that kind of stuff, I went and I bought a pasta strainer at the dollar store. So I just tumble it, I dump it in there, I give it a shake, and then pour that back into the tumbler, and then I got my brass. So that's my $1.50 or dollar setup for my sifting my media. That's my baller on a budget number one. Okay, so I'm trying to go through the process here in my head. Calipers. I also have Frankfurt Arsenal calipers. I don't have a digital. I have traditional, standard, whatever you want to call it, old school dial. Okay. Oops, got them locked here. Okay. And they do go down to a thousandth of an inch. Okay. These are nice because they're easy to reset. They're easy to set back to zero if you bump them or you twist them or you're not paying attention, you drop them or something. I would say there's probably better out there, but I've done well with these, and they're super cheap. They were given to me. My father-in-law got me started. He got me my press, the calipers, and my scale, my Hornady scale. Awesome Christmas presents, by the way. I was super excited again. Although, when you don't have the money to fill everything else out and then get started, it kind of bugs you, but what are you going to do? So there's calipers. Yeah, that's... see, Clover has Dylan stuff. I can't afford Dylan stuff. So, baller on the budget, number 2. Let me find my trimmer. Here's my trimmer. Okay. So, this is something I was talking about on Caliber Corner. 38 Special, 8mm Mauser, 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson. Okay. So, trimming your cases if you need to. Trimming handgun cases, you generally don't have to do as much, if at all. I check them after a couple of loads, but you know it's not that big of a deal. Rifle rounds, because they're higher pressured and stuff, you tend to do more with, have to trim more, especially if you're shooting precision. I would think those guys have a ritualistic approach to trimming. They trim it every time or every other time or something like that. But so this is a trimmer, okay, hand trimmer, super cheap, done by Lee. These little, I don't know if you can see it, they have little cutter blades on it. Okay. So, this is the guide specifically for 40. Okay. And that screws in the top. You screw it all the way in. Pretend we're screwing it all the way in. And then, this is the shell holder that goes with it. So the shell goes in here, and my 40 shells are all the way in the damn bottom of my stack of stuff here, so I'm not going to grab one. You grab the 40 there. You do it the right way. And you... Etouffee is great for that. Now you got to pretend there's a round in here. Okay? Empty round, cleaned, no primer. And then you... Okay? So it's pretty cool. When it goes over it, this goes into the shell, like that. And then you twist, and as it twists, it starts to trim off the edge if it needs it. And when it bottoms out, you're done. So this is a really cheap and inexpensive way to go. You can buy the specific ones for a couple of bucks for each caliber. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty good. Now when you get up into the rifle rounds, it's a little bit harder because you can't really grip it all that great, and especially now with my carpal. I got some carpal tunnel rocking, so I have a hard time. So what I do is I had these already, so I clamp them, doop, and I turn that into the, and then I can hold on to it a little bit easier. So that's kind of a good little thing for Rick's disability chat, that kind of thing. So now you got cleaned, deprimed. Oh, actually, I guess I went backwards here a little bit. So you clean it. You're going to clean your brass, right? Tumble it. And then you're going to take it. And you're going to use your decapping. This is a decapping and resizing die. Okay. It's all set up. Now, what's nice about the RCBS and some of the other ones is they have locking rings on them. Lee doesn't have that. And it doesn't matter so much if you're not really trying to be precise. And I like the Lee. I started out with Lee for my rifle, and then I just bought a set of cheap rings to lock. But so this is all set up. Once it's all set up, you just screw them in. Hand tight. And then you can use a little crescent wrench or something and snug it down. So basically what happens is you've got the shell holder, goes in here. Okay, there's a little shell holder. See, I wish I had a damn... Shell holder goes in there. Bullet goes in. Okay. Just ram it up. And what happens is this forces its way down in, pops the old primer out. Here, I got one in the tray here, actually. It's an old rifle one, I guess. Pops the old primer out into the tray. And at the same time, it resizes it. So, that's really nice. This is tungsten, the tungsten carbide, so I don't need to lube my pistol rounds. And because they're straight-sided and they're small, they don't take a whole lot of force to resize, so it's, it's not a big deal. So, now we have cleaned, deprimed and sized, right? We've trimmed. Another little gadget. Kind of fits inside its own handle here, which is cool. Primer pocket brushes. Yeah. So these just screw into the top, and you take, if this was a shell, you take it inside the primer and clean it out. Really, really simple. They're like metal bristles. They hold up pretty good, and it scrapes the brass, the carbon out of the brass. Yeah. There's gadget gizmo number 1. Also, one of the things that you can do is use a primer. This is to uniform the primer, make the primer pocket uniform. Make that noise one more time. There you go. So this is to actually from the inside of the shell. You go into the shell again. Oh crap! Hope I didn't lose that. Oh. And it's a little cutter blade, almost like a little drill tip, and you just like gently remount the primer hole. the flash hole, called the flash hole. And that way it's uniform, and when the powder goes off, when the primer goes off through the flash hole into the case, it comes through uniformly. And if you imagine like the back of the case being like this versus like this, you know, the powder, that's going to burn down more. So you want it to be nice and even, so it comes into the case evenly. Not that it matters a whole lot to anybody that's just going out plinking. Again, third little gadget, okay, is a chamfering tool. Okay. Now we will pretend this is a bullet or a case. So this one chamfers the inside, okay, makes it nice and uniform, nice and smooth, so that it gives a nice seal on the case. The bullet, the case seals the bullet well. This side does the outside of the case. Okay, just the outside of it, so that way the outside diameter of the case is nice and smooth, and that way the inside and the outside of your case is nice and smooth, and it gives you a nice seal for the bullet. And there's no snag points or, you know, any, I don't know. I guess the outside isn't as big a deal. I don't know why that would really matter all that much other than aesthetically, but, you know, it is what it is. So, now we have tumbled. We have deprimed and sized. Okay? We have cleaned out the primer pocket. We have uniformed the flash hole. And we have chamfered the neck. Now, for the next step, we want to prime the shell. Okay, primers usually come in little trays like this. Okay. $100 in, you usually get 1,000 in a box. So these are small pistol primers. This is actually for like my 9mm. I don't have the 40 out right now, but because I was doing 9mm last. But so if you can see over here, there's a little arm here. Okay, that little arm. That little arm has a spring on it. It's spring loaded, and you put the primer in there. It fits inside. Here, let me show you something here. See if I can come over here a little bit. Okay, here's the little arm. Now when it's down, it can go up like this. Okay, see the little arm there? When it goes up, it will fit inside. You put the primer in, you have the bullet in here, or the case, empty case, no bullet, no powder, no primer. And you force it down and you push. And it comes up through the bottom, if you can see that. And it forces the primer into the bottom of the case. And you want to always check, you get a nice flush top. Back in. So now you got a prime case ready to load. Sizing die, cedar die. What's nice about some of the nicer sets is the cedar dies also crimp. Some of them have an extra die that crimps. It's nice to pay a little bit extra and get the ones that seat and crimp. Automatics or autos generally have a tapered crimp where the case, let me see if I can get my finger, case goes in like that, just at an angle. A roll crimp for a revolver usually has a crimp like that, where it actually crimps at the end. Okay? taper crimp for auto because it head spaces at the head or neck or whatever. Roll crimp for revolvers because it head spaces at the rim. So it doesn't really matter if it's rolled or not. Yeah. So I have, and Clover mentioned this, I have the same, I guess he has the same powder measure. Powder goes in the top. Got a little tray here. Powder dispenses. You can set it up for whatever load you want. They work great for some powders, not so great for others. It doesn't work well for ball powders, which is what I'm using for 7.62x39 right now. It tends to overthrow it pretty bad. It just can't control it slow enough. But flake and stick powder does really good. I've never had an issue. So scale it out. Goes into the primed case. Case goes back in here. Set the bullet, right on top. This is one of my 40s, concave, open base, exposed base, whatever. And you ram it. This is called the ram. Cam it up. It seats it and it crimps it all at the same time. Bring it down and measure it, and there you go. And you got a bullet. You get ready to fire. If you screw up, this is a definite necessity, and this is again, probably the least expensive one to do. This is an RCBS, but there's lots of different ones. What happens is take the end off, and you get these little, I don't want to, not dies. I'm not sure what you want to call it. But that goes in there, and then the bullet, it holds the bullet. And the bullet tip is in here. The bullet itself is in here. It holds the case by the rim. You screw it back on, and then literally you just like whack it up against something. You can hit it up against but a concrete floor works best. I usually go down to my basement where it's nice and solid, and you literally just hit it. And the inertia, they're called inertia hammers, I believe. Inertia pullers, pretty sure. Collet. There you go. Thank you, buddy. It was escaping me the correct word. And the bullet will actually, inertia will actually pull the bullet right out. Pop! And the powder will go in there. You dump the powder out, and you can actually redo it if you have an issue. If you made a mistake, or you think you might have overcharged, undercharged, or whatever. If your primer didn't seat correctly or something, you want to pull that, and you can always just pull it and reseat it and everything like that after you reseat the primer. So that's not a big deal. Another one, I think, here's kind of a neat thing that I did with my desk is, if you can see, I didn't want to drill a hole through my desk here. So what I did was I actually drilled a hole. I got an oak board, an oak plank, really solid oak plank. And I actually drilled through that, and I mounted my my press to that, and then C-clamped it to my desk. And it's nice and solid. It works really good. So if you want to reload and you don't have, like, I haven't really had the money to buy a nice, or the space right now to have a nice bench. I just kind of half-ass it here a little bit. But if you want to get started and you don't want to buy a big bench yet, that's actually a really good way to do it. I saw somebody did that online, or I heard about it online once, and it works really good. And then all you got to do is go buy like a $10, $15 piece of, oak, something solid. Don't try and use pine or anything. It's not, it might work, but I don't know. And do that. So, also, I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, that's a pretty good overview, I think, of some of the reloading gadgets I use. Again, I don't use anything high end. I mean, the scale is really nice, but I have a single stage this is a Rock Chucker 4 single stage press. I prime one at a time with the press. And I don't do anything too fancy schmancy. So I do keep a nice little logbook. I'd use little cheap notebooks as I'm going, and then once I come up with a load that I really like, then I'll transfer it in, and I keep everything. I also, in my own words, I've actually written instructions on how to use my dies, how to set up my dies, and some terms and some things like that. Because you need a refresher course sometimes, and for me, it's nicer to just go back to my little thing there and and read in my own words what's going on. It helps. So, all right. Ah, crap. Dumping stuff all over the place. So I will clean this mess up later. So what we will do, we spin this around, and it's going to be like a little bit earthquake style here, but we'll spin this around and we'll get to the whatever chat you guys want to chat about. Talk amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes, yeah? Whoa. Blah, crazy time. Hey, what's going on? Now let's set this sucker up here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm such a high production value kind of place, huh? I mean, this is how you do it. Clover's like, oh, I got a man cave, blah blah blah. Everyone loves Ryan Gosling. I don't know about that. Oh, that was just some stuff on the table. Okay. Crooked, huh? Do do do. Okay. Is that sort of straight? Sorta. All right. Oh, it came out of the. That's what it is. It came out of the little. Came out of a little dipper thing. There you go. Pixel monster? Ah. All right. So what's going on? What's happening? Little tiny water. Can't be without it. So what's new and unusual? What's going on out there? How many people we got? 26? That's awesome. Very, very cool. Oh, I got my thing backwards today. Usually I have the... That's why it looks weird, too. I usually have the camera on the other side. Okay. It's Sam Squatch. Sandwich Squatch. I really made a mess over there on the reloading table. He liked it better before he turned it back around? Yeah. I liked it better, too. I couldn't see you talking. Now I'm all disappointed that you showed up. I'll try and make it quick so you can go live tonight. Rock Humper, what gun do I buy for the Eagles win? I don't know, man. A 50 AE is pretty expensive, right? Maybe you could find like a used Baby Eagle in 40 or something. That would be cool. Baby Deagle. I don't know what else would be. What else would make sense with the Eagles? Eagles win. I don't know. It's pretty amazing they won too. Not too many people. Sky. Ew. 52 caliber. What did they win? What was the final score? I had it on and I turned it off after it was over. I don't remember. High point because it's their high point. Yeah, it's the high point of the career. Yeah, there you go. That could work. Red Hall. I don't know. High point. It's fitting. It will be used in the riots tonight. Don't buy a Sky unless you do not value your own life. You can always throw it. You got some density. All right, so this is kind of crappy having the camera on this side because that's where I'm scrolling here. I'm going to try something here. Let's see what happens if I flip this sucker over. Nope. doesn't let me do it. Well, this is how we're going to be tonight. So you might, when I scroll up and down, you might see my finger. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Hey Mel, what's going on? Mel, you missed out on a reloading chat, buddy. A Nazi marked P-38 would be cool. For what? For the Eagles win? Oh, because it hasn't. Well, I guess they have a Nazi eagle on there. $8 a.m. is early. It is early. I got up earlier than that today, though. Oh my God. Although I did get up late. Too hot. He says he's going to reload his plate and glass. Go ahead. Reload one for us, too. What to pair with fried leftover potato dumpling? Potato dumpling. You mean potato dumpling? Like, you have to see. That's gonna be. I'm gonna have to come at it from this side. That's still see it. That's annoying as shit. That's annoying as hell. Nice. Mel's reloading 45 ACP. I've reloaded a little 45 ACP, not for myself, but for somebody else. I reloaded a little for my brother-in-law. Etouffee, I'm working on it. I did not get a chance. Get your finger out of my eye. I know, right? Poke. I definitely got to remember to not have my phone point in this direction next time. That's annoying. I did not get a chance to do a video this week. I had so much going on at work. I had one guy call off 3 days sick. Then I had a party. What day was that? I don't even remember what day it was. Man, it's all runs together. Boy. I think it was at a party Thursday. And then I had one guy off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then I had a guy call off Saturday morning for brunch. So it was kind of rough. It was a rough week. And we just don't have the staff to fill in the blanks. We do, but it's tough because they're not normally on those stations. So you get a guy coming in to fill in, and then, you know, he's kind of weak on that station. That makes it tough. Travi probe. Yeah, the camera is like right there. I gotcha. So I guess it's if I can kind of do it without you guys seeing it. I don't know. You missed the chick chat. No, I think I caught a little bit of it, didn't I? Wasn't I in on the end of it? I popped in on the end of it and then started to dog's gonna bark here probably. Then I started to get ready for this chat, and then little guy woke up and I had to run upstairs and help him out, get him back to bed. So I was running a little bit late. I was kind of scrambling around a little bit. That's why things are kind of strewn about. Yeah, creaky door. Yeah. Yeah, don't do that, Abe. That's no bueno. I know, isn't it always when you're trying to be the quietest that you end up being the loudest? Oh boy. And the dog. No, the dog's in the kitchen. That would be my mother-in-law. she lives with us. No, he didn't have a night terror. He just woke up, just upset. Not bad. He has had them before. That's tough. If you've ever had a kid that has had a night terror, that's scary. It's really sad because they're seem awake and they're not. Raleigh Wilkes. I guess it's pronounced Wilkes, yeah. Milk or water for scrambled eggs? Milk. When I do omelets or scrambled eggs, I use milk. Whole eggs, milk, a little salt and pepper. I like to do a little chili flake and fresh parsley, just as a base. A little bit of garlic is nice too if you like garlic. My brother had night terrors in adulthood. He would wake the whole house. Yeah, he's had my son's had him once or twice, which, I mean, I don't think it's uncommon for little, for kids to have. But yeah, has he cried? Yeah, yeah, he's had nightmares. He's only 3, so yeah, I think a lot of kids go through it. But it's kind of scary because you don't really know how to snap them out of it. Hey C4, how you doing, buddy? Snap them out of it's kind of hard. You got to kind of just hold them and kind of let it pass. Getting shot gave him to me for a while. I imagine, man. I can't. Whew. Mel's omelets are dairy free because he's into dudes, I guess. I don't know. John Brown lost the internet during the chick chat. Uh-oh. It was fate. Yeah, Patriot says he just had to hold his daughter and talk calmly. That's basically what we did. Is we walk him around and, yeah, it's hard because they really get into that hard cry where they can't breathe, and it's tough. You kind of feel a little helpless. It sucks. It's a shitty feeling for sure. Clover used to sleepwalk with him too. I used to sleepwalk when I was a kid. So, food stuff. Anybody got any food questions? Enough talking about nightmares. Man, everybody had a hard time. Are you sure? Man, was it internet or was it YouTube? I mean, I had YouTube on and off a bunch of times today. I didn't have any issues with it. I watched Gary's chat. Gary had a good chat today. He had a lot of fun. He had a bunch of people pop in. You might want to do that every Sunday. What's unagi taste like? Boy. Unagi is hard. That's a hard one. It's very buttery and rich. Unagi is urchin, sea urchin. No, it does not taste like chicken, for sure. It's very buttery, rich. Mouthfeel is not great. I had it at Pod in Philly. Down. What's going on, outfield? Outfield Hatlaw. Tonight was date night at Who Hot. Sort of made our own dinners. Who Hot? Is it like a hot pot? I had it as sushi, and done in sushi, and a maki roll with unagi. And I really liked it, but I didn't like it in the amount that they gave. They did, that's not nice, Outlaw. That's not nice at all. No, unagi is not a sea cucumber. It is a sea urchin. Oh, wait. Oh, oh my gosh, you're right. I'm screwed up. I'm thinking of uni. Uni is sea urchin. Uni is sea urchin. Uni is sea urchin. Unagi is barbecued eel, Japanese eel. No, I love unagi. Unagi is one of my favorites. Right? Unagi is the eel, right? That's what somebody said. God damn camera lens. Unagi, yeah. Thanks, Jared. Yeah. You're the man on that one. Yeah. Yeah. Unagi, I love. I like it with cucumber. Just really, really simple cucumber and other veggies. Usually you buy it frozen. 193. Uh-oh. Did I get a code 193? Uni is what I was is sea urchin. Uni is definitely tougher. Uni texture is very much like an oyster but mushier, a raw oyster but mushier. Less texture, if you can imagine that. 8675309. What's up, Jenny? Code blue. What was that? Eel looks like barbecued beef. Eel, L? E-L-L, you mean eel? Eel, Rock Humper says Uni is like sea jizz. Code blue dress. Uh-oh. What is Night Strike here? Code blue. Is that Night Strike code now? He's going to go on a killing spree and kill us all. E-L Fudge. There you go. Yeah, texturally, Uni's pretty rough. Unagi I do like. Unagi's, it's firm. I take the skin off of it, you know, when I peel the skin back, which you don't have to, but I do. Kal-El? Kal-El. What's that? Oh, that's Superman, right? Kal-El? Nothing like some broiled eel. Yeah, when they do it, they generally do it over charcoal. Jellied eel? Yeah, that doesn't sound any good. I've never had that. Rock Humper, you are slightly responsible? Yeah. I would say slightly responsible is an understatement, for sure. Yeah, go ahead. No problem. Oh, man. I can't believe I got my can. See? You still see my finger. Food chat. Well, go ahead. Am I going to the outdoor show? I was planning on it, and then I got sick. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. What's going on, Pyro? Frog legs are good. Yeah, I have it. It's been a long time since I've had frog legs, but yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I was going to try and go this past Sunday, well, today, and just was not having it. The last couple days were super rough. Still having a lot in my chest. I'm feeling like crap, so I didn't think wandering around with all those yahoos over there would be such a hot idea. Frog legs. Yes, frog legs are tasty. It's been many years since I've had them. But I remember doing them in school. Floured, pan-fried them. Pan-sauteed them, pan-seared them, whatever. I guess you'd consider that a fricassee, just like you would fricassee chicken. But that's been the last time. That's a tough one. You end up, there's not a whole lot on them. That's definitely one of those things, if you were going to do frog legs for a Super Bowl party, you'd need about 1,000 of them. They're tasty, though. Nothing wrong with them, for sure. So much for keeping it PG, huh, Rock Humper? Quit swearing, I'm going to get booted. 103. What? Well, Clover, what are the codes? What is what code? 102, 103. I saw 193. The heck? What is that? PG 169. Hey Jorge, what's going on, buddy? No. 102.5. There you go, Rich. It's code P11. Uh-oh. Where is he? Is he still here? 102 is profanity. Isn't it 103 something too? Or 102 is the big one? Ah, 104. Gizzard's going to get hammered with a 104, I'm pretty sure, he keeps these chats up. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, 104 is the way to go. Somebody thumbed you down today, Gizzard. That means you made it. You hit the big time, man. I've had a couple of thumbs down myself. I had 2 or 3 weeks in a row where I got thumbs down. Somebody didn't like me. Somebody didn't like me for 3 weeks in a row, and then they got over it, I guess. It's probably Night Strike. It's probably pissed at me for something. Said, "Oh, thumb you down, you son of a bitch." Yeah, it might have been Frank. Who knows? Every once in a while, I see him pop up in another chat, but it's really pretty rare. I want to say he was over in Mac's chat that one time. Yeah, I would automatically thumb his chat down too. This is garbage for sure. The 187 is when Alan puts the link in the. Yeah, that'll end up. You could end up with some 102s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. You can end up with a little bit of everything. He trolls Yankee hard. Yeah, that's true. Yankees chat too. I'm not really sure what his deal is. His name is Francis. That's why he's angry. Francis, what is that movie from? Calm down, Francis. Let's see, it's a drill sergeant or something says that. What is that? Stripes. Is that Stripes? Is that what it is? Nice. Who the hell is Yankee? Calm down, Francis. Oh, man. Is that what it is? Lighten up? Good one. Razzle dazzle. Francois. Hey, what's going on, Ozark? I'm just killing time. I'm just killing enough time so that RL can't start a chat. That's all I'm doing. I'm just gonna ramble, babble, talk bullshit, talk nonsense, and watch RL talk about how if I would shut up, he could open a chat. That's my Sunday night. Midnight Quarker. No, this is my time slot. I can run it as far as I want, long as I want. It is cold. Where are you at, Ozark? Ozarks, probably. Food chat, and it took this long for Jumpy to mention his diet. I didn't even say he mentioned his diet. Oh, that diet, yeah. Well, you got to be good at something. Nothing wrong with that. It's pretty cold here too. We had snow. We had snow since we probably started snowing around 11. Snowed till maybe 4, and then moved into rain and like a freezing rain, and back to rain. So it's not too bad out there, but Jared just finished cleaning his rifle. Surprised to see an AK rifle I built get me 1 MOA with chrome line barrel with out of the box Tapco trigger. Yeah, that's my you have the 12.5-inch barrel too, right? You have the 12.5-inch barrel. I have this. Does that have the G2 trigger in it? Tapco G2. That's a good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a decent trigger. That's what's in mine. Mine's a TGI build. I think it's TGI. I think it's Tennessee Gun something. Tennessee Gun something or other. I don't know what the I. I can't remember what the I stands for. Yeah, my AMD shoots well too. I really can't complain about it. I generally shoot it at 50 yards. You know, I had my strike fire on it up until recently. I just took that off and put that crossfire on. The strike fire had the magnifier, the 2x magnifier, and it shot well. I mean, I was shooting 1.5 groups, and that, you know, that's just from a crappy bipod that I have bipod grip. It's not all that great, and that's scout mounted too. It's up to front, so it's, you know. But the red dot is really nice. If you've never shot distance with a red dot, it's not as difficult as I thought it would be. Funky Cole Medina. What did Jumpy says? Do you believe in the power of aphrodisiacs? Because he doesn't. I think that the idea of aphrodisiacs is the power of aphrodisiacs, right? I think people's minds work for them a lot. That's right. RL says he believes in the power of chloroform. Does this rag smell funny to you? Does this rag smell funny to you? You guys need 3D. My little tiny water is out of water. Thirsty. I got the black lung pop. The Bulgarian was what was he saying? The Bulgarian was like a laser with like a freaking laser beam. My cheap site mark red dot. Can't even see the dot, and it's still, yeah. That's Bulgarians are nice, man. I wish I could have gotten Arsenal. Love to have an Arsenal. Zoom Zoom. All right, who the hell is Zoom Zoom? Who are you? The power of love. A little bit of oh God, okay, help me out. What's his name? Huey Lewis. Bam, I gotcha. What kind of range do you get from a red dot on a mid-range rifle like an AR? I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? What kind of range do you get? Like how accurate can you be? And it depends on the dot, I guess. I mean, my red dots both have two MOA dots, and that's pretty small. So I know with my strike fire with the 2A with the magnifier on it, the 2X magnifier, it was pretty easy to shoot a really decent group at 50 yards. One of the things that I kind of found, I kind of learned myself, and I mean this might be common knowledge, I don't know, is to turn the dot intensity down. Turn the intensity down a little bit, and then shoot with both eyes open if you can. And what you're able to do then is see the bullseye and the dot at the same time, and you can kind of, match them up, and kind of, it's a lot easier than a lot of people turn the red dot up all the way, or the dot up, and then it covers the bullseye, so you really don't know where you're aiming. Zoom Zoom. Oh, it's Grimm's better half. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Now we're in trouble. Got one of the wives in here. Everybody, tuck in your shirts. Tuck in your shirts and comb your hair. 25 watching and 23 likes. That's still pretty good. Ape says, what shirt? Grimm's blaming this on the girls' chat. Uh-oh. Tuck and roll. Yeah, see that red S and I'll give you a black eye if you don't get out of that phone booth. Yeah. That's okay. Good to have you, man. Oh, not man. I shouldn't say man. Good to have you, ma'am. All right. If you have any questions, now's your chance. If you want to ask questions, do it now, and you can teach Grimm later. You take him to school. Get him to make you something for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up. You do something nice. Yeoman says, gotta get one. Been an iron sight, bolt action hillbilly my whole life. Yeah, I was the same way. I grew up shooting iron sights, and I never shot a peep sight until, or I never shot a sight. I shouldn't say peep sight. I guess peep sight, but a sight with a ring on the back until I got my shotgun a couple of years ago. like last year, a year and a half ago. I grew up with iron sights, front post, notch rear. I'd only shot a scope a couple of times because one of the 22s that I had as a kid, my grandpa had a scope on it, but the one that I generally shot was a tube fed, and it didn't have a scope. And that's always the one I went for because I thought the tube fed was so cool. I still have that gun actually. I just thought it was so awesome to be able to throw like 14 or 17 rounds or whatever in it, and I would just take off into the woods and you know, just shoot all sorts of stuff. But when I got the Ghost Ring shotgun, it's pretty cool. It's really nice, but I never experienced that. Um, so, as I grew up, then got older, started buying stuff. The red dot that I put on my AK about 5 years ago was the first red dot that I'd ever shot. So a lot of it's new to me too. You always knew that stuff existed, and up until recently, some of it was pretty pricey. So, it's not the kind of thing that when I was in school, when I was in culinary school and just out and all that kind of stuff, I didn't really have the money for it. So I still don't. But, every once in a while you buy one, you buy a new toy or something. So. Aperture sight. There you go. Thank you. I'm looking for a question from Grimm's boss, and I don't see her. She must have. Did she take off? Did she get scared and run away? I hope not. I'd love to have some of the wives in here. It'd be fun. Jared says he only bought an EOTech originally in the Army because my platoon sergeant was an 18 X-ray. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not in the military. His was beat to shit and it still worked fine. Yeah, my buddy that was in naval special forces, he came home with he had a bunch of stuff when he came home from Afghanistan the last time, I guess. He said that when guys were coming home, they just had their EOTechs and ACOGs and stuff. When they were going home for the last time, he said they were just pitching them in like a big bin, and he grabbed like 6 of them or 7 of them or something because they were just throwing them away. And came home with them. He's like, they're all banged up, scratched and scuffed and beat up, but G-Webs just went live. The big boss man just went live. So if you guys want to run, that's fine. I will not be hurt. The OG goes live. Some people need to go. But he had a bunch of them. That's kind of a funny story. He's like, hell yeah, I took them. I brought like 6 of them home. It's fucking G quirking me. Yeah, that's okay. G-Webs banned you? What'd you do? You do get a little jumpy sometimes. I'm sure it was warranted. You should apologize and ask him to unban you. Hey, Kalishnikov, what's going on? You called him an old fart? Well, that'll do it, I guess. Kalishnikov, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Gee, don't mess around. I'm sure he didn't take that very, very kindly. I'm sure that was the end of that conversation, huh? Yes, well. Zoom Zoom says, no question for now, but just wait, I'll be asking soon. Are you reading a culinary dictionary or something? You gonna try and throw something crazy at me? Band hammers. His band hammer is always nearby, like mine when Clay is around. I've never had trouble with Clay. Jumpy, I think I've had to tell to settle down a couple times. $25 watching and 24 moderators. It happens. When I went live the first couple times, I just modded everybody. So what the hell? Everybody gets. I'm like Oprah. Everybody gets a hammer. You get a hammer, and you get a hammer. Palm sugar. Any good for putting on chicken? Palm sugar is kind of an odd product. Quit wiping your. I know. I'm telling you, it's super weird to have the camera on that side. You got to remind me not to do that again. How's that etouffee coming? It's in here. It's in here. I'll get it out eventually. Palm sugar. You see that in Thai food a lot. Pad Thai, especially. Excuse me. Too hotty. He wanted you to ban me earlier, so I timed him out. Who did you time out? I didn't see anybody got timed out. Maybe when I was doing the reloading stuff. I don't know. Palm sugar tends to be kind of weird. It's very dense. You usually have to chip it apart, chop it apart, or melt it. Definitely to use it. Flavor wise, I don't know. It's nothing too special. I don't think it's a little bit different than a granulated sugar, but I wouldn't go out of your way to use it thinking that you're going to do something that you're, Hey, remember? Yeah, thanks, Ape. You're a real hero. Palm sugar is not the same in my house. Rock Humber uses the old palm sugar when the wife's away. I guess, yeah, Ellis probably went to Van Chat. He's too cool for us. This is like the Isle of Misfit Toys. Sunday at 10:30 is the land of misfit toys for sure. Don't try to get someone banned if they have a wrench and you don't. That'll teach you. That's punching up for sure, though, right? If you don't have a wrench and you're picking on somebody that does, it could end badly. It could end your night prematurely for sure. Then you got to send emails and be like, "Nah, I'm really sorry. Can you unban me?" There you go. Yeah, Matt's licking rocks. That's right. There you go. There's a throwback, right? Throwback to the story time. Keep dropping a quarter. Something to fiddle with. Ah, boy. What's up here? Yeah, Matt's licking rocks. Kalashnikov is out of the closet with Christian Bale. Good for him. That guy's got money. If you're gonna do it, you might as well. Yeah, I do have a fidget spinner actually, Abe. Zoom, where's my wrench in case somebody picks on me? Your old man's got a wrench. He can defend you. He can defend your honor. And if he doesn't, then he's in trouble. So I'll put him on the spot a little bit. What the hell did that say? Oh. Is it true that our appendix is meant for us to be able to digest rocks? No. I think the appendix is meant to help digest raw foods. That's why in a lot of Asian cultures, the appendix is larger. And this is all This is all things that I've heard. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. But in the United States and a lot of other places, the appendix is a lot smaller, and that's why you can do without it. I hear also it might be there to help us digest other appendi. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it helps to digest like food that's less easily digested. So since we don't eat a whole lot of raw food here, we don't need it. C4, hey guys, what's up? Thought you already said that. I think that's what the appendix is for. Somebody do some Google foo. There you go. Digest the soul of the Asians? Eee, I don't know. You guys stealing souls? Don't do that on my show. That's like a 146, I think. I think that's what that is. 146 soul reaping. That's way worse than a 102. You drop an F-bomb, 102. You take somebody's soul, bad for business. You get me yanked for sure. Rock Humper's karate skills come from his appendix. It's a 667. Okay. Nice to know, Ape. Thanks. Can I get a 169, please? You can get a 96. How about that? It's when you and your wife lay in bed and fart in the back of each other's heads. So 96. Oh my. I gotta figure out something fun to do for a Valentine's Day video next week. Something to put out. Something for yous. No one's gonna yank you. That's for show. Something that yous guys can do at home for the wives. Something nice. I got an idea too. Actually, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I have a suggestion from way back. Somebody suggested. I think I'll do that. No mug. Oh man, my mug's. Oh, that's why I'm so thirsty. My mug's way over there. It's way over there. Just don't come out with a bow and arrow and diaper, please. No, that's what Clover's gonna do. Clover said he's gonna do that. He told me, don't tell him I told you he's gonna do that, because he said he wants to be surprised. He's gonna do that on after hours. RL never starts a chat thirsty. Little water, I know. Little water is empty. We're in crisis mode here. Ready to crack open a battery and drink it. I got nothing. Oh well. Clover can use his little baby New Year, outfit, and just add the wings and a little bow. He already has the bow too. All he needs is his little angel wings. Kalishnikov is on his 8th glass of water the past 20 minutes. What the hell? Were you crossing the desert earlier today or something? Jesus. You gonna pass out? RL says I'm working on a good start to a chat right now. Yankee would be on his 100th OJ right now. Yeah. I was feeling like Yankee the other day, man. Holy crap, I was feeling like garbage. Yeah, water don't exist with the flat earth. It just runs off. It does. Because there's no gravity. It just runs off, but doesn't it collect in the dome? Maybe? So that's cool. Operation Paperclip. It says it all. Oh, there's that finger again. Do 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 do. And it says, "Nah, just thirsty." Ah, the ice wall stops it. Yeah, that's a good point. I bet the water at the ice wall is really nice and cold. Oop, there's that finger again. Yeah, you don't need water. You can get all the water you need by eating grass. Cows do all the time. Ice is cold. Yeah, it is. That's my professional opinion. I'm not an expert, but I am a professional. Remember, there's a difference. Oops, you did it again. Oops, oops, too hotty, too hotty. Did it again, did it again. I didn't say they don't drink water, Gary. I'm not a veterinarian, you know. I'm not a doctor of people or of aminals. No aminal doctor. Jumpy Killer's next question. Do you like gladiator movies? Only if they're naked. I cook animals. I should know all about them. Yeah, I suppose. Oh, C4. Any tips for starting a live stream? No tips needed. Just do it. I you know you seem to know a shitload about the firearms business, industry, lifestyle, whatever you want to say. Just talk about what you know, man. I would say, you know, you don't need a whole lot of equipment. You know, I mean, I use my phone for now. It does pretty well. Um, is he starting asking how to start one? Well, you have a you now. There's you just go live. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to start. It's easy to start doing live streams. Just do it, and we will troll it. Yeah, Gary says make sure you hit create event rather than stream now. Ice wall. And it turning the frogs gay at the ice wall. I just talk about random stuff like AKs, then snakes, or something else crazy like zombies. Yeah, that's kind of how they are. Especially when you're by yourself. Especially when you're by yourself, you just kind of have to roll with it, you know. Um, you know, whatever pops up, kind of thing. Insert joke here. Um, it's hard, and I honestly, I always try and like plan a couple things to talk about. Never works. Never works. You know, especially a night like tonight where I was actually starting to try and get myself together. I was thinking about some stuff, and then little man woke up, and that took a half an hour out of my night. You know. I think I just heard him again. Rock Humper, why are you repeating me? The fluoride in the water is turning the trees gay in the Sahara. I'd say that's a pretty good Alex Jones impression. It's a little bit 110. It's a little Alex Jones and a little bit Richard Nixon, I guess. They're turning the cloud gay. Gay frogs, that's right. Oh man. No, no thanks. I'm not gonna be ripping my shirt off and flexing. I agree. They are a really misunderstood animal, and people think they're evil, scary, and they kill everything in sight, but they don't. What are you talking about? Oh, snakes. Yeah, snakes are pretty cool. I got bit by a snake once. Is it turning the tree people gay? I I don't think you're allowed to ask that. Isn't that, they still have don't ask, don't tell? That's all part of that deal, right? YouTube told me, and I thought, yeah, I get that too. I get that every once in a while. It says, "You've been you've been chatting too much. Why don't you take a break or something like that?" Right? Later, Two Hotties says, "Later, peeps. I might be back in a few if this chick is as mad as she seems." Fine Ape says, "Not enough chest hair to carve the flag in." No, I don't think so. Not quite. Not enough. Maybe in a few years. Why don't you mind your damn business, YouTube? Kalishnikov says he got bit by a snake. Wait. I got bit by snakes, water, and rat, and also wolf spider 8 times by one. What? Wolf spiders are nasty, right? Wolf spider. No, wait. No, I'm thinking of funnel webs. Oof. Yeah, he gets that when he types too fast. Yeah, if you send too many too many chat texts, it'll tell you to shut the hell up, basically. I don't know. I don't know how many. I mean, I've rattled off, 6 or 7 pretty quick, and it doesn't like that at all. You knew I haven't hit puberty yet. Why is that? Not enough chest hair to carve a flag into. That why? Gary says, but it's fun to do. Yes, I've cooked squirrel before, Ozark. Yeah, when I was younger and still hunted. Now you guys are all going to send everything one chat at a time or one line at a time. Kalishnikov. They aren't poisonous. The bites just hurt for a while and then they pop like zits if you don't clean them. The spider bites, yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on spider bites get pretty nasty, man. Man, I'm wiped out, guys. Whew, boy. Being sick, working 7 days a week is not good for 10:30 chats for sure. Wipe you out. Now the radioactive spider is the one you want. If you're gonna get bit by a spider, might as well be a cool radioactive one. You need to be Spider-Man. I do need some. I need a Rockstar or Red Bull or something. I didn't want to take it because I'm not feeling good, and I want to take it, and I want to get done with this and go up and sleep, just crash. Yep, see you, Mel. Or the human spider, yeah. Too Hottie says she is as mad as he thinks. What did you do, man? Too Hottie screwed up. He's in trouble now. I do need some Kofifi. For sure. Something. He's falling asleep, and yet he'll keep going until he fucks up my chat. Must screw up Chat. Oh, it's a lose-lose. Yeah, nothing. Why are you pissed off? I'm not. Well, then you're pissed off about not being pissed off. Okay. God, yeah. I am going to shut it down pretty soon, I think, guys. I don't want to be here yawning in front of you. That's no fun for anybody. RL can open up a chat and cause debauchery all he wants. We'll make it a short one. We had a good beginning of the chat anyway. The reloading stuff is what was really I wanted to get out there, so. Pretty much. She doesn't like being called on her BS. Yeah, nobody does, trust me. As much as people say they, you know, if I'm wrong, you tell me. Nobody wants to hear it. Club sandwich? Club baby seals? What? Working them truck stops, RL. I was actually going to try and go earlier, and then Gelsma was on, and there was a bunch going on, so I didn't want to start something. Could be sleeping right now. Chinese Spider-Man will be a thing. Chinese. That's a. Somebody had mentioned something the other day I saw where they were talking about an animal with two head, like they had attached a second head to an animal to, you know. And I remember seeing videos of like Nazis used to do that kind of stuff back during World War II. They would experiment on animals and do that kind of stuff. Crazy. Like German shepherds with like two heads and stuff. Wild. Zoom. I'll see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you stop back again. Please bring all of your questions, comments, and challenges. Best kind of roast beef sandwich? You talking about like best kind of beef to use for a roast beef sandwich? Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Mazda owner. It's possible. Zoom. It's not Arby's. Yeah. Yeah, I had an Arby's roast beef sandwich a couple of years ago for the first time. And not great. Zoom, you are more than welcome. Trust me, if you're ever in here and anything goes wrong, you let one of the guys know. Gary's hammer is mega strong. He's got the touch of Thor with that thing. We get these guys get a little bit rowdy, but they know to be good. They're good. They're a good group of people. Except for Too Hottie. He's a little shady. Do. Jumpy is dyslexic now. Hey, that's not nice. That's a 102. I can't even repeat that. It'll ruin my reputation. Yeah, you don't want Jumpy kissing you. Not in the mouth, anyway. We're gonna shut this. We're gonna shut this bitch. We're not even gonna have to shut this down. YouTube's gonna shut me down. Oh, Grimm's blowing kisses. Probably to Jumpy. Again, as usual. You get a 102. Yeah, there you go. Or else turn it into Oprah. You get a 102, and you get a 102. Grim is trying to get you involved more. Yeah, I wish my wife would. See you, Raleigh. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I wish my wife would jump on a little bit more. She's been on a couple times. She seemed to have a good time. She's upstairs, probably sleeping now. She was dealing with the little dude. I don't know, RL. You're pretty annoying. Me. Says I'm not that annoying. Grim. Jumpy says, Grim, I don't want to be a home wrecker. I don't think anybody banned Outlaw. Abe says, damn, Grim, your wife just left and you're already chasing tail. What happens in chats stays in chats. He wasn't banned, he just who timed him out? What did I miss? Man, I missed something fun? What the hell happened? Patriots smacked Outlaw. I believe it. You guys get all hammer happy. Wrench happy. I sent an email to Yankee about the Gun Channel Blitz. He read it on the air and seemed like, meh. Didn't seem too excited about it, but I thought maybe if we can get Yankee involved. You know, he's got so many damn viewers. You know, today was like 500 or 600 and it was an off night. You know, if you get somebody like Yankee on it too. Kalishnikov said, what would your weapon choice for the zombie apocalypse be? No, he didn't say my name at all, actually, Rich. Yeah. He read it. He actually, I sent 2 emails to him. One was about that and one was about the State of the Union. I said, what did you think about the State of the Union address? And he just said, I didn't watch it. I don't know. He didn't say a name on either of them. Usually he does, and about 75% of the time he mispronounces it. So, yeah, he didn't. He seemed to be like, oh yeah, let me know. Maybe I'll be interested. You know, whatever. Oh, zombie apocalypse. That's a tough one because, probably AK. Probably the AK. Because, I mean, I don't have an AR. And an AR would be nice because it's lighter. Ammo's a little bit lighter. You know. If not, I don't know, too. I mean, you know, high capacity 40 would be nice. Or a high capacity 9 would be nice. 9mm would be nice. Oh, phase plasma rifle, yeah. Zombies do not have souls because their souls are already gone. Because they dead. Jumpy re 40. So I don't know, because I mean, your zombies aren't the biggest problem, right? Because zombies are pretty easily killed, right? You don't need a whole lot of trauma. Just a little pop to the head, you know, stab to the head, a 22 to the head, you know, whatever. Send that through, their toast, right? It's not the zombie stopping power that you need. You need the stopping power for other people. I think that's it. So, you know, the AK is nice, especially something short. You know, it would be awful nice to do like the take the muzzle brake off the AMD, put a smaller one on there, and have a nice little SBR. That'd be pretty sharp. Got a mag coupler, so you got 60 rounds there, 230 round mags. It's a little heavy though. AR would be a little bit lighter, and then handgun is more maneuverable. I don't know. It's tough. You know. The AMD is loud. You're right, dude. It is loud. I've had one of the first times I shot my AMD at the range. When you come up and you park, and then you walk down like a little stone driveway or whatever, and then all the ranges are set up there. Just 25, and then 50, and then way across the way is 100. I was shooting at the 50, and this older guy, old grandpa, old pappy, must have pulled up, and he was walking down, and he walked down the stone path and behind me, and I just finished a mag, and was reloading a mag, and he looked at me and goes, "This is old, yeah." He looked at me and goes, "Son, what is that?" And I said, "Oh, it's an AK." He goes, "Boy, that thing is loud." And he said, "I didn't know what it was." No. Patriot says, "Would it be worth getting the AMD to put wood furniture on it? If you like wood furniture, sure." Now, here's the problem. The foregrip you could make work. It definitely rocks old people in the range, yeah. The foregrip you could make work. You could probably Dremel it out and fiddle with it and do that. I know people that have fit regular quad rails on it with some Dremel work. You cannot put a regular AK stock on it. It doesn't have the same trunnion. It has a different trunnion. So I've seen and heard of people that, I don't really know why you would go through all this. They bought an AMD, they've had the trunnion cut out and put a traditional trunnion and welded it in. I can't see going through all that. I mean, it's a ton of work. Now, if you get an AMD 63, maybe one of you guys would know. I don't know. Yeah, as I was going to say, the AMD has the fixed stock, yes. But I don't know if it has a different trunnion or not. The stock for the AMD 63, maybe that's a proprietary stock. I don't know. If it's not, then it's basically the same trunnion as like a Wasser or something like that. They're super easy to change over. Literally, you can take one screw out and take the stock off of a Wasser. It's actually not a very it's actually kind of not a durable design. I've had I had a buddy that had a Wasser, and the stock was just from use, and over the years it wasn't it was a little loose, but so that's the problem with the AMDs. If you want to put a wood stock on it, you'd have to change the trunnion, or if you bought an AMD 63, you might be able to put a wood stock on it. I don't know. That's something, that's something that you might be able to go onto a forum or just Google it. Just maybe search like AMD 63 traditional trunnion or standard trunnion, standard AK trunnion, ? Something like that. Maybe something will pop up. But the AMD 65 front has a shorter radius, a shorter distance between the gas block, gas tube, and the front of the receiver. So you have to trim. Matt has the AMD 63. He has the Magpul furniture, I guess, on it. I'm not sure. Mine had the traditional furniture when I bought it. like Jared's. And I put a quad rail on mine, got rid of the front grip, put a bipod front grip on it. And then Jared, yours looked like, do you have the cheek riser from the Geo cheek riser, the same one I do? The one from AMD65.com? Some dude's name's Geo, G-I-O, that runs the site. They make some cool stuff. I'll tell you what else they make. Yeah, same riser. The front grip, it's not that it's not comfortable. It is comfortable. It definitely does. Well, it's the rear grip. If you look at it, the front and the rear, it's actually the same thing. It's the same grip. It's just spun around. It's not that they're uncomfortable to shoot or anything. It's just I don't like the hard plastic stuff. So I have a Hogue grip on the back of mine. They also, I don't know if you've been on that site recently, Jared, a couple of years, like 2 years ago or so, I was on. They have bayonet lugs, M4 bayonet lugs that you can buy and attach. So you can put an M4 bayonet on your AMD. That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Yeah, he said he liked the wood grips that came with my previous parts kit better. He just doesn't want to use the non-matching parts. Yeah. I mean, there's guys that want them original. I had said last week when I was showing mine on camera, I traded my original foregrip and stock, or four stock and grips and stuff. I forget what for. I don't know. Fucking 15, I don't know, set of reloading dies, I think. Because he was selling one and the guy wanted the original stuff. He says he's definitely going to mount a side rail and get an optic. There was... Alright. So I just saw something last week. And it was a side rail that used... you remove like the hammer pin or something. Or you remove a pin, I think. And this goes in place of that pin. And it mounts. Because the AMD 65 does not have one of the mounts. AK Master Mount Rail, is that what it is? Okay. That seemed pretty cool. I was going to do the same thing. I wanted to put a side rail on mine. I took it to a gunsmith to ask him how much it would be to put it on. I have riveting jig and a rail that is ready. I took it to a gunsmith and asked him how much it was. He was going to charge me like, I forget what it was, $200 or $150 to mount it. I was like, no, that's too much. I wasn't going to put $150 into it. When I wanted to put a quad rail on it, I wanted to put a front rail on it anyway. So instead of having the rear mount, I just scout mount it, and it works great. It's really nice for quick. Not that I'm clearing houses with it or anything, but if you were, the front mount's really nice. That new red dot I put on there is really, really smooth too. Uh-oh, what are you guys yelling at? What are you guys fighting about? Did you call RL something mean? AK Master Mount. He wants Jared wants the kit to match. He wants to match Fine Ape. The parts kit's hard plastic definitely sucks compared to the older wood grip parts. Yeah, it does. Well, you could... Yeah, if you want to leave it as original, you got to leave it as original. He's a big meanie. Oh, you did a video on that? I'll have to look. I'll have to check that out. Now that since I have the quad rail on the front, I really like having a front mounted red dot though. Probably wouldn't do it, but I'll have to watch that. It definitely wasn't going to be monetarily feasible to put a side rail on that thing for that. I mean, that was a shitload of money. The heap says didn't get his package today. Wait, today's Sunday. Or was it you talking about? Hey, oh, Saturday. Gotta track that son of a bitch. And you know, I'll tell you what, tracking's pretty awesome now, man. It's pretty down to the minute, man. Like my wife has texted me, you know, that somebody knocked at the door, and like a minute later, you know, I've got to get a text telling me that my shit's been delivered. Patriot said he'd like to get an original wood furniture AK. Just thinking what that for the price of the 63, 63, what would be best? The 63 is definitely a good deal right now. I mean, it's probably the best deal going. If I were you, I would do the research. Talk to Matt. He's got a 63. Send him an email. He's pretty good about emails. Send him an email and ask him if the AMD 63 will accept a traditional AK stock. It might. The only thing is, I've always heard that they're the same other than the stock and the foregrip. But that doesn't mean that they didn't change the trunnion. The trunnion's a big deal. But the front gas tube, you can rig up the handguard to work in the front, I'm sure. Just Dremel it out. I think it just needs to be shortened a little bit. Yeah, the AMD 65 is the tanker. That's right. Came with 20 round mags. Yeah, they're cool. They're nice. I think they're good for the money. You don't know what kind of codes I'm going to get for this kind of shit. Well, now I said shit. What is that, a 103? 102.4 or something like that? 102.4. All right. That's enough for tonight. See you in hell. Just kidding. Thumb-o-vision, that's right. I just wanted to see if you guys would all leave. Tordot's here to screw it all up. Uh-oh. The other boss is here. Gunpowder, you missed Grimm's wife. Grimm's wife was in here too. Now that is not 2 thumbs up, RL. That is not okay. See ya, just slam the phone out and walk out. Grimm's wife was in here. Grimm's wife was in here talking all sorts of trash about Tardot and how his beard smells like monkey farts and stuff. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I didn't like it. Yeah, another way for the collective. That's right. I wish my wife would get involved with it. Like I said, I think she would have a blast. Rich, are you going to finish that sentence? So, Midnight Range TM thinks he. Don't start cat fights? Yeah, right. Nice. Nice job, Rich. Yeah. Jared says, don't don't build an AMD if you want to save money. A couple of years ago, I would say that was not a big deal. When they first hit the market, when they first decided they were going to let them in, they were super cheap. They were right there with Wassers. So Midnight Range TM thinks he's a member of South Park's boy band. Girl, oh girl. They were down there and they were competing money wise with the Wassers, and they were a better rifle for sure. I think that the receivers are better. Better, quote unquote. I don't give a shit what people buy. It's finger bang bang you into my life, bang bang. But they are built a little heavier for sure. When they hit the market, all of a sudden they were like, "Oh shit, we're allowed to sell these now," because they started welding the muzzle brakes on. Up until then, they weren't allowed in. So they kind of hit the market pretty hard over like 2 years, and they're still reasonably priced for sure. They're actually, when they first hit the market, they were a little pricey, and then they went down. Now they're coming back up a little bit. They're still really reasonable though. I'll see, RL. I'm probably not going to go much longer here. I think that's code, Tardot. I'm not not sure that taking the dog out is really taking the dog out. He's probably at a truck stop right now. So the dog could be any number of things, any number of people, any number of genders, even. So it's a real roll of the dice with that guy. So we'll see if he has this. That's right. Yeah, it's a real roll of the dice, man. It's spray and pray for sure with him. It's let's hit on this whole truck stop, and whichever person decides to float back my way, then he'll go for it. Oh, and you newcomers, you have to excuse my finger. I have my phone backwards, so where the chat is also where my camera is. So every time I go to scroll, I get one of these things going on, like got some of them finger action there. So every time I scroll, my finger gets in the way. I told everybody to remind me next week not to do that. Although, as soon as you set the chat up, you set it up. So you have to remind me, like when you see me in Yankees chat or something like that. Be like, hey, stupid head, you dumb bastard. Psycho Camp only uses lithium grease on slide components. That is an interesting thing to start out a chat with. Is that the first thing you said in the chat tonight? Actually, he says he only uses lithium grease. Adair. I only use lithium grease. But hi, Cycle. How you doing? Oh, answering Jumpy's question. Jumpy was, lithium grease is the best gun lubricant, yay or nay? I've never used it, but I've got a lot of people that have told me they like it. It's pricey, but it goes a long way, they say. Oh, Mr. Cycle Camp. Grand, or Gun Channels Grand, Gun Channels Santa Claus. I probably should take lithium. I don't know, I've never used it. I should probably ingest it. Probably good for my craziness. Yeah, I'll take what I can get. this cold slash flu slash whatever I got, I've got all eating all the drugs I can. Might as well. If I had some here, I'd take it. Frog lube is gay. Turning the frogs gay. Yeah, I got actually I do have some lithium batteries here. I got some 9 volts here. Are these lithium? Nope, they're just old crappy old trailer park alkalines. Psh. Miss Piggy turned Kermit the Frog gay? Could be. I heard Kermit, Bert, and Ernie were a thing. I just heard that. I don't know. I'm not saying it's for sure. It's just, sometimes you hear things. I hear things, I don't know. Sometimes you hear things. Things I hear, It's dumb that there's still 17 people here listening to this nonsense. I'm too tired to do a good show tonight. Started out with a good show. I think the reloading part was nice. But it's been downhill since there. We're not talking about the voices in my head. I'm talking to the voices in my head. You guys just happen to be here. The gay mafia has been saying Bert and Ernie are gay for decades. Yeah, I heard. Did they give them separate beds recently or something? They used to sleep in the same bed, I think, didn't they? Something? I don't remember. Or did they always have separate beds? Hold on a second. Jumpy says frog lube melts at a low temperature and solidifies at that same temperature. Well, okay. I've heard that frog lube is not good in cold temperatures. They've had separate beds as far back as I can remember. I don't know. Maybe you just didn't notice. Kalishnikov says, no, Midnight. Bleach is the perfect solution for insanity. Trust me, I know. I'm still licensed as crazy. Bleach is delicious. We actually just, our restaurant manager came in and had to go to the hospital because she was cleaning her bathroom and had like bleach and Windex and basically mustard gassed herself the other week. That was pretty interesting. We're like, you didn't know you couldn't do that? It's like that Chappelle joke where he's talking about getting pulled over with Neil and he's like, I didn't know I couldn't do that. She was like, she had to go to the ER. She's like, I didn't know. It burns all, her face was all red, her chest was all red. Nasty. Never actually seen anybody do it. I'm like, yeah, that's like mustard gas. That's like the Nazis used to use that shit. Cycle camp. It's a win-win. Good for the slide, but gun smells like bacon on the range. Problem solved, I guess. Chlorine gas. Yeah. Mustard gas. I was thinking about mustard. Thinking about food chats, I guess. Tide Pods cure stupidity if you eat enough. They sure will. I would imagine. All right, everybody's obviously getting tired and dumping out. So let's shut this down. Because I'm going to clean up here and I want to get to bed myself. Because I am still sick and I am tired. So, RL could possibly open up a chat. Tide Pods. It's like some sort of... Well, there's a restaurant in Philly called Pod. They do Asian food. Etouffee. I heard you. So, and Patriot, I got a draft back from Ghost. It looks good. I think I asked him to maybe try one more thing. He did a lot of it is him. He actually took what my idea was and changed it around a little bit. So, he's pretty good at running with stuff. That's kind of how the cereal box thing went. I gave him all sorts of ideas and, he tweaked some of them. So it's good collaboration. So I hope you like it. I'm hoping, in the next day or two you have it. So that's pretty exciting. That's cool. So check out, you guys are all on gunchannels.com. I don't think I have to say that, but I will just in case anybody wanders onto this chat and decides to watch the whole thing to the end, which there's no way in hell they will. Any grope discounts? Nope, no grope. You can't, nope, no grope discounts. You can stay home and grope yourself. There's your discount. The Blitz. Who was the Blitz this week? Who was it? Spit it out. Rick? Rick was one of them. Somebody else, too. Who was... Shit, other than Rick. There was another one. Shit. And I've seen him. 50 caliber Karma was one of them. Yeah, for sure. So go check those guys out. Rick's really working hard to try and get the disabilities chat going. So if you have any input for that, yeah, Travis P11. So check out Rick's chat. Bring some some input, some comments to him. I think he's more than welcoming them. I think he wants a little bit of Patriot got his name put out, but he ain't got no channel. Crackle P11 Jr. That son bitch. You son bitch. And then 50 caliber Karma. Just got his he's rolling over there. So I think it would be kind of fun too if you they always say leave a comment and put hashtag Gun Channels Blitz. I think it'd be kind of fun too to see since we're all doing it as channels, kind of promoting it, to put in like Clovertac sent me, or Matt sent me, or Midnight sent me, or something like that. So we can actually maybe see where you can see where people are coming from, who's sending people over to you. So there is no way that you are from my loins. When we get home, the first thing I'm gonna do is punch your mama in the mouth. That's right. You couldn't put that in a movie now. They'd yank it. They'd pull the director out of the seat and stone him. Oh, you can't say that. Daddy, my hat flew off. I wish your goddamn head was in it. And on that note. All right. So I will see you guys when I see you guys. I'm not going to do any more self-promoting. Now, the thing is here. So, you guys have a good night. Get some sleep. Oh, that's right. I did just see right here, right over here, RL just opened up a chat. So, let's go over to RL's chat, say hi, and give him some business. Give him something to do, all right? Thanks, guys. See ya. Finger time again? Who wants the finger? The finger knows. Brr.